Hey everybody, I wanted to pop on. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning out there, and this one is going to include extreme southern Rapides Parish as well as parts of Allen and Evangeline. And the reason I popped on, I was almost, we're not going to go live for every single severe thunderstorm warning, but I did want to show you a few things on this, and I'm going to pause this and take you in closer. So right now this is crossing 165, and what I have noticed with this is it's not much of a hail threat, but putting the wind velocities up, you can see there are these little kind of kinks and eddies. I'll draw it just to make sure you see it here, but it's not impossible that when you get these little surges like this, you get these little, there could be a circulation that would form along the leading edge of this squall line. That's the only way we're going to get a tornado tonight, and it would be brief, and it would not be that strong, but it doesn't take much to do damage, especially when we're talking about manufactured homes. So I want you to take these severe thunderstorm warnings seriously, as we have shifted to more of a wind threat from the hail threat that we saw earlier. So I figured it was worth a pop on here just in case something did happen. And let me try Storm Relative, see if I can even show you a little better, and I think I can there. You can really see how the wind pattern with this is kind of not continuous. It's not like we just see one straight wall of wind here. It basically is moving along, and then it kind of curves in and out, and you just have these surges of wind that go out, and occasionally where that inflow comes into this and feeds in that instability to these storms, you can get a brief spin-up tornado. So it's a severe thunderstorm warning. I looked at things. I haven't seen anything that would indicate a tornado threat is imminent, but it's something I want to watch, and I do want to put it in motion for you now, just to show you kind of how it looks. And you can see this very wavy nature, and actually what I'm going to do is pause that and step through, because that's really kind of disconcerting. But you can see here at 7:46, about 20 minutes ago, what it looked like, and that's a real good indication of what I'm talking about. Just these kinks and waves in the line, that's what we're looking at, and that's what we're watching very closely here as this line continues on to the east. Now, you can see they issued those warnings right as that kind of started to happen. So it's not a tornado is imminent kind of deal here, but it's something where we watch this very closely, because we know these squall lines can do this. And we have turned this into pretty much a continuous line of showers and storms. So thankfully, we got our 100%. It looks like you're going to get rain. I keep seeing comments where people are like, well, it hasn't rained a drop at my house, or earlier it was sunny outside. Well, first off, the sun helps with these thunderstorms, and then if you haven't seen rain yet, trust me, it's coming, and you can see in the form of this line of storms right here. That's what's going to move on through for the rest of the evening here, and the severe threat's over in Alexandria now, but from Natchez down through Marksville, Oakdale, you're right in it right now, down 165 into Kinder, and then back to Lake Charles. That's where that severe threat remains. So Avoyelles, Southeastern, Rapides, St. Landry, Evangeline, and Allen, of course, you're in that severe thunderstorm warning. You have the threat for some severe weather this evening. And I wanted to hop on and tell you about this because, again, it's not just your run-of-the-mill straight-line wind threat. There is at least a low-end threat to see. You could see some hail out of this as well, but there is that potential for an isolated tornado, and it would be brief. It would most likely be quite weak as well, but it does not take a strong tornado to cause problems. And I'm going to put the rotation tracker in motion, and yeah, these things show up really well on this, so it doesn't mean we're seeing something happening where all this red is, but that's your general idea. That's why they issued the warning right there, that wind shear right along that leading kind of gust front thing, and that's why we are seeing, and that's where we are seeing it, right along that leading edge, very well marked there, and now moving east of Oakdale, that is right over Oberlin, or just about to pass through, and it's crossing 165 in many areas. There is the potential for a little hail. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hail swath and see what we have going on. It's not huge, but there is at least some threat for some small hail out of this. We've seen a lot of small to medium-sized hail out of this storm system as it's moved through, but like I said in the beginning of this one here, we are transitioning away from a hail threat and more into a wind threat. So one more look and then I'll let you go. I just kind of wanted to explain things and explain that yes, this is a severe thunderstorm warning, but this is also something that we want you to take seriously, and we want you to take everything seriously, but I would feel terrible if something happened and I didn't at least mention it. So you can see those little kinks in the line right there. That's where we're looking here, right along 165 from probably south of the Boise Cascade plant all the way down toward Oberlin, and then Kinder, you're also you're a little south of it. But that's where we are seeing these little eddies, these little circulations that aren't much, but they could. You get a surge out there, you get a little inflow coming in, you can get that rotation to spin up. So severe thunderstorm warning. But we can't rule it out that you would see a brief tornado spin up. And that could happen even as we get into Evangeline Parish, St. Landry, and Avoyelles. So just keep an eye on things. Of course, we will be keeping an eye on things as well. This is not screaming strong tornado to me because, like I said, we don't have that really strong directional wind shear. But sometimes you get some funny things that happen because, who knows? This storm here near Elton, that could kick off a little boundary that shoots back into that, and you get a little surprise. So it's just something to keep a close watch on. And, of course, Tom and I will be doing so through the evening. See you back here later.